Let's do it again. That's it right there. There we go. We got one good one at least. So now, how's it go? Do 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 do. Something's not right here. Gotta quantize it. We'll throw that in there. Now we'll build off of that. Did nothing happen? What's going on here? We'll take this, bring this over to here. 'Click on this and bring it to what you're playing in. So I'm not exactly sure, but hit minor. It's probably a C. That's what my chord's in, a C minor. So then see if all your notes are in the lightly shaded. Nope. That looks like a winner. So now I can play other chords. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why is that? Maybe this isn't quite right. Bam. Because it will not allow you to place it in the dark. Because it's out of key. So, Dorian? Yeah. Doesn't really sound good anyway. Probably another C. to make a chord, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's really not. You go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now if we want to know what that chord is, because it's slightly off, might even be an A. Go back to automatic, highlight it, and it's an A sharp major. So if I throw this A down here, doesn't quite have the same vibe. And it ain't really all that cool. Let's try something else here. I don't really like that either. Something sounds off. This crossover, it goes from a C down to another C, but it just doesn't sound right. Well, I guess it's not. It goes from a G. I want this up in the air, up higher. I want both of those. So we'll take this one, put it on its own pattern, erase it, bring this one in, but now the bells, I will consolidate it. Now pitch it down. Took all that high, bright information away. So now, once I get a 4-bar loop, I immediately start arranging. Because the loop might be cool, but if your arrangement doesn't sound cool from your intro to your verse or your hook, it ain't gonna really work if it's not what you're looking for. So we'll put this over here. We start this like this. even think I would have these in there yet. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could take this, use it as our hook, so it changes when it hits there. Drop the beat for a minute, second, as it goes into that. Maybe even drop the bass. Could even take this, make unique, hold shift and click make unique as sample, and it'll just, instead of you having to save it, like if you did it by itself without hitting shift, it'll ask you what you want to save it as. But if you don't want to bother with that, you just hit shift, and now it's its own thing. So if I change the color of it, that's its own audio file. The rest of these are all the same one. So now this one's, I can pitch up to what I had at in the first place here. I can also take this little plugin called Origin, pretty good plugin, bring that down to about 11, 12, try 12 first. Basically, it's a low pass filter, really hard cut on the high. You'll see. To see what it's doing, you put a parametric EQ, and you can see it cut straight off, almost up and down. But I'm already missing so much information in the top end that this doesn't even kick in till like 3K. But it will up here. It'll take out a lot. So I'll shut it off and play it. See all the high information? Start bringing it down. It's rolling it right off. But you gotta be careful with hard cuts like that because they kind of sound odd. You're introducing phase distortion, which is basically like ramping this up. It might even show you on here. Phase rotation monitor. I think it does. Just don't know what one. Like show phase shift. Yeah, right there. That's the phase. So like when your speaker goes out or in to play the sound, that's essentially what that Origin plugin's doing. It's giving it a hard cut like this. See all the phase? It's wild. In the higher frequencies, it doesn't matter as much because everything's much more densely packed. So the differences don't really affect the mix as much, not noticeably. But if you do it down in the bass area, I mean, I do this all the time. Cut off frequencies down here, especially on my kick. But remember at the beginning, I was going to cut it, but it sounds different with that phase issue. Sometimes it sounds good. Sometimes when you cut this lower information, like say your bass was up here, that fundamental frequency was here, and you cut right to it, like this, pretend it's up there, it would actually make the bass hit harder because you're removing this low frequency so that this one has all that room down there. All right, back at it. Now what we'll do is try a little something. Bring this up. If you don't highlight this when you're doing what I'm about to do, it'll create an automation clip for everything you have on the board. So I highlight this to do it. And now this is for the pitch of that instrument. And I want to try something. I don't know if it's going to sound good. Copy that value. May not even work because it usually messes with it, but we'll see. Yeah, see? It didn't bring it back. So we're gonna have to actually bring that out. So we'll bring this over to there. I copied that value, so now I paste it back in. That's 0. So you don't want to be trying to fiddle with trying to line it back up to 0. It's a pain. So I'll bring this up. Bring that there. And paste that there. We want it just on this note. So I'll bring this back over. Paste that value again. If you go too fast, it'll just cut off because as the note rises in pitch, it also makes the file shorter. So now we got some little cool little thing going into the beat. Works out pretty good. And I had to bring this all the way out because the same beat, I mean, I could have like stopped it here. Here, I'll show you. Show you another way to do it. I'll delete that, bring this over, paste my value in, and then same thing. Just make the sample unique. So just like I did with that one, shift. Whoops, I already did that, didn't I? I want to change the color. I changed the color of it just to show me that it worked. So these are all the same. I'll show you. If you do random color, changes all of them that are the same file or same audio clip to the same color. This one's all by itself, its own thing. This one's its own thing. This one is 1 octave down from this one. So now this can do its pitch thing and then return back to this other different audio clip. So now we got or not. It looks like I'm gonna have to do it again, because now this is for this. So I bet you if I put this here, yeah. So we'll just switch these out rather than doing a whole bunch of them. Another quick little trick on Windows when using FL Studio: click Shift, left click, drag. You can use that to duplicate anything. Bam, bam. Makes life so easy. Or you can click on it and left click on it, or left click off of it. Not really liking the 808. I mean, I like it, but it's too loud. I hear it crackling, and it's hitting right there. Not really sure. I got an idea, but let's see if we can do it. I use a limiter here because it's softer at rolling off the top of the audio file rather than a clipper. A clipper has a sharp cutoff. So when you have a sound like this, well, this isn't really going to show us. This is probably more ideal. So when you have a sound and it plays, a clipper essentially is like that line. That purple is what went over the line, and the clipper just cuts it right off, shaves it off like scissors. And that's what you got. And it creates distortion at that point where you hear it. That's why when at the beginning, when I brought up the volume of that snare or clap, if you bring it up too much, this part will be up into the clip portion, the zero part. That's why it doesn't sound very good. You have all this extra noise along with it. So we're going to try to keep this still distorting. I'm going to see if I can do something else here. I don't want the 808 into that. The drum, I guess. Well, I gotta set this up now that I ran it to it. Make sure it's on drum. Sidechain, I got my sidechain all set up. Maybe it's just got high frequency information. I want to try to push down that boom, when it goes bang, and then it comes down and then starts falling. I want to try to push that down. It's very loud to begin with. Oh, this might be why. Yeah, that's why. Miscalculation. Yeah, it's pretty good. We don't even need all that stuff. It's way under the limiter. It could actually be louder. So I'm going to actually use a compressor to bring it up. So now it's basically hitting much closer to the 0 mark here. Now I can bring it down, running into my bus. And I have this meter here, tells me my integrated loudness, which is like how loud it is overall in LUFS over time. And my true peak max, which is the peaks of the transients. At no point in the song or track or beat do you want it to be going over 0 here. Like right now when I speak, it goes up to 6, almost 5. No point does it get up to 0. So everything you put on here needs to be hitting under 0. So when I hit play, that bass is only at 9. So now when I play it with the drums and the bass, I don't want that limiter here. I gotta make sure this is actually the right pitch. C sharp. I don't think we want a C sharp. I think we want a C. So I'll put this as C sharp. Now it should play C. C. But now I want to get my levels back up. That's hitting around 2.4 dB. I'll just put a clipper just to make sure it's not going over. See, it was. And the clipper keeps it from going over 0. And then when you bring it down, you're bringing all this audio that's running to this bus is getting clipped to 0. And now you're bringing it down. So it's 0. If you play it straight up, it's at 0. So if you add anything to it, instruments, 808, in that same frequency range, it's going to push the whole level up. So we need to bring this down. Where am I at? There's 2 dB. Let's go 3. It's probably too much, but we'll fix it. I feel like that bass sounds weird. Kind of sounds like it's got a lot of high end on it. Yeah, it does. Now it's not crackling as much. See, we're at negative 0.3. Not hitting 0, but we're still dangerously close. So if we had instruments, I also have my limiter here, which is also doing work, not allowing everything to go over. So I'll shut off the instruments again and just do the bass and the drums. See, my snare is hitting so what I see is my snare, when the bass is not playing, is hitting way down below 0, but when the bass is playing, it's hitting 0. So I can mess with this. And my kick drum. Maybe I want to compress this a little bit. Not a lot. By moving the attack of the compressor over, it pushes the sound, which this is on the drums, makes them more dull sounding, less transient. So we're doing about 3 dB gain reduction. It kicks just a little too loud. Maybe I can chop that off too before it gets into there. Not a lot, just a little bit. See, we're hitting 0. It's a prime example of having a bass that has the same frequency right here, about 32-ish. I can tell you right here, C1, 33, right? Go to my kick, C1, it's basically hitting the same area. And what's happening is these two sounds are clashing and fighting for this area. So if I put a EQ on here, see how it's my kick and my bass are both in the same frequency space. I mean, what do? I like the kick sound and I like the bass sound. So you gotta compromise somewhere. I mean, even though I'm running my drums back into my bass and sidechaining it, that's what that is right there. Whenever the kick hits, it's pushing this frequency down so that it makes room for my kick. And as soon as the kick dissipates, and the noise goes back to infinite, it allows my kick to come back up. If you do that, say I bring this over here so that it hits the whole frequency range, it'll have a pumping effect. It drowns out the entire bass. So I just do it by frequency. It's more transparent. Same thing, that's what 6 is doing for the hi-hat. It don't even need to be that much. So you gotta make a choice. Either use a different kick, different bass, use a different octave. I just love how much low end there is on that kick, but it's more of a pumpy club kick. So we'll fool around, see what we can do. So I copied the pattern from that kick to my other kicks that I also like. Oh, I got 2 playing at the same time. See how the frequency is up higher than the bass was? Now it's not quite hitting 0 anymore. Let's try this other kick. I think it needs more volume. And now we'll basically do an A-B test back and forth. Can't even hear that low. So that tells me this kick would probably be better suited for something without that deep bass in it. Like if the bass dropped out and you changed up your instrumentation in like your bridge or just before the hook or in the hook or anything like that, you just switch to this kick if you really like it. Otherwise, use a different kick so you're not chewing up that frequency spectrum. Now this is a good example of cutting all the frequency after the kick. That's cutting it. Sounds different. Almost sounds like it's adding a higher, like it's adding higher frequencies, but it's not. It's just getting rid of all of the stuff it doesn't need down below it. It doesn't need to be there. You're never gonna hear it. You could probably feel it, and it's just interfering with the rest of the mix. The more you can get rid of all that junk down here, the more you can bring the volume of your mix up. And it really depends on what you want for a sound. And if people are listening to this beat on a phone or small headphones or small speakers or cheap speakers, you need this high information. That's what they would hear on a phone, essentially. Right there. Cutting out all of the bass. So if you just drop this out, you might still get the effect of the kick, but it won't be audible. So I try to make sure I have something in there, because trap and hip hop beats, not so much boom bap, but trap, they get rid of all this high end. Not all of it, but it's not as prominent. And that's what helps define a genre in hip hop, boom bap, trap, drill, like how you shape your sounds is what determines a genre. I think I like that. I didn't like this punch. That knock. To me, it sounds a little cleaner. So now, all that boring stuff out of the way, we'll bring back our instruments. See what else we can do. Now we'll do strings. Grab the old keyboard. We know we're in key of C. So we have our main instrument, our lead instrument here, which kind of changes here and there. Not so much here. We only did this for this intro, just to give it that pitch bend. And then it goes back to the same thing without the pitch bend here. You could also do another one with the pitch bend going down. We can see what that sounds like. And it's too much. It's a little too much for it. We'll go to 5 cents. Nah, don't work. That's not bad. All right. So now we've got our hook melody here. And in the past, this is where I would mess up because I would overproduce. Like if you got too much going on, what are you going to listen to? You got your vocal, you got your main lead instrument, your drums, your bass, and then this other sound going on. So it's kind of theory based. Like you want to use volume to control what the listener is focusing on. So this lead instrument at the beginning playing through the intro is like, okay, that's what my brain is following. And then when it drops, that's what the brain is going to try to latch onto. Even though you got your drums playing, the drums are loud, yeah, but they're just like the bones of the instrumentation. We'll add some more stuff here. We'll do little. That's what I was looking for right there. I don't like that though. So we'll go crash. That's not bad. I like it. We'll just bring it right in here. Too loud though. Little long too. We'll stop it at right here. We'll change the mode to auto so that it keeps its pitch, and slow this. It's not slowing it down, just making it shorter. We want it to stop right here. Bam. That's it. Maybe another one here, another one at the beginning of the hook. So now what I'm looking to do is add a counter melody with the string. So let's try to add that. Was that a key? And all I'm doing is fishing around trying to find what goes good with it. thing that really sounds good is C. That right there. Let's try a different sound. It's too aggressive. Kind of like the softness of that. This might be considered ear candy, but it adds a little flavor to it. So we're going to do it. And that's it. It's right here. And I will take this, consolidate it, make it into a waveform. So now I can mess with it. Bring it up. Sounds weird. Something happened here. Oh, it cut it off. Alright. That's okay. Do it again. To do that, all I did was hit undo until everything went back to right before I consolidated it. So now we're back. So now what I'll do is add another EQ. This information here, it's not actually doing anything. Our fundamentals right here. So all of that, I'm fairly certain, I can probably prove it here in a second, by adding the Saturn and decapitator and the retro. It's adding distortion. And I always notice the Saturn adds distortion down here as well. So we'll get rid of that. Find the pocket where it sounds good in the mix. Sounds a little twangy here, but it's what makes it fit into the mix better. Actually gives it more presence. That's where the harmonics live. And I turned down the fundamental to give it more room, so it's not clashing as much. I don't know if I'll keep it, but it's a little thing I can add. Even drop out something and then add this or whatever. Doesn't matter. We got it. We can use it, or we don't have to use it. Try bringing it back up in pitch. Doesn't sound bad, but the problem with it is it sounds too dry. So I have this auxiliary send here, which is where I would drop a reverb, route that to it, and route that to my instruments, because I also have my drums sidechaining my instruments. 3 is drums. See how everything drops with the drums, drops out the frequencies that are playing on the drums to allow room for the drums to hit and suppress the information in the instruments. Just briefly, very fast. You don't even notice it. Because the drums are taking the place of where the instruments would have been, especially the transient. You can really hear that delay. I mean, reverb. So now let's try this again. Problem is, I have this shaped for that lower octave, and I can't really just move it. Don't have that function yet on FL Studio's EQ, but that's all right. We're not using that. We're sticking with that dark, moody sound. Now we'll try to find something else to add. super basic. Another thing I would do, probably, is find another instrument and play the same lead sound. But now I have all of this cranked. Why is it so low? I'm gonna try something. Hold on. Let's just make sure we got this shaped correctly. We're gonna take it and pitch it back down. So now, instead of all that high information we had, because it was in a higher octave, see all up here? We pitch it down. Now it's going to roll everything down into another octave. Each one of these is an octave. Now watch. It's up here. C7. C6. So that's living right here. C5, C6. And this 7. This is living C4, C5, C6. I mean, it works. Kinda. You just gotta give it space. Room to breathe. Can't have everything playing over top of each other. Everything needs to have its own space. Whether it's panning it, can be on the right side. This one could be on the left side. Doesn't sound appealing, but you could. A lot of music in the 70s was made that way, but they would take the drums and put them left to right, and the instrumentation on the left to right, and then the vocals in the middle. But I don't like that. I want this down lower. Bring this back up. Another thing, if you had a compressor to an instrument like that, what you have here is essentially a percussive sound, like a drum. And if you take your compressor and lower the attack, and bring down your threshold and ratio, it pushes that transient down so you get more body. And essentially what that does is push the sound further back into the mix, because the more you have transients makes things feel close and up front in the mix. And when you cut your transients, it pushes it back into the mix. Sometimes it's obvious when you do it. You really got to pay attention and really listen critically. And other times you hardly notice it. But when you pay attention and do all of those minute little tricks and moves, that's how you get the beat to sound alive and full. Like my kick. I cut it off here, but I only did very little. Very, very little. Just to control my peaks. The peak of the transient. So it wasn't just blistering up to that 0 point. It's a little loud. We can also give this an EQ, shape this. Show you another little trick. Take this, do the same thing. Shift, make unique sample. Now we'll reverse it. Changes the sound completely. So now we can take this. I'll use it over here first. We'll cut this. Whoops. Right click on the mouse will cut completely out. Left click will just slice. So where's that? All that noise. We want to also pull this over because we want it bigger. That's on auto. See what happens if we go even bigger. To get this, I just pushed roll the wheel. I'm pushing the wheel and then right click brings this up. Then these are your tools. Your slice, your drag, your mute, paintbrush, pencil, delete. I'm trying to get rid of that. That harshness. I don't know if it's because of it being too loud or if it inherently has that. Maybe it's just too loud. Let's see. Yep, just too loud. Or we can move it back a little bit so it can do this kind of thing. So everything drops out right before the beat comes in. I'm going to send this to its own channel so it's not on the reverb because we want it to just go silent. So what I'm doing here is I want to take this same EQ shape. So I left click, save preset as, just drag it over here and drop it. But this probably would have been a lot cooler over here. That's not bad. We'll do the same thing here, but with the sound. Another thing you can do is come up here, put that there, hit, I forget what it is, I think it's Shift T. Yeah. And that'll give you a little marker for a loop. Right click. I just messed up. What is happening right now? So this is my loop. Okay. Well, that's my loop. So now when it plays to the end of this, it'll go right back to basically verse right here. This is basically 16 bars. And this is 8 for a hook. I just clicked on that counter melody for the hook and placed it down here. I'm going to consolidate it. Consolidate, bounce, whatever you want to call it. Everybody calls it something different. Now we're going to try pitch shifting it. No wonder why I couldn't hear it. Now we want to add a little more to it. Hopefully try to give it a transient, which you can't really add a transient to it. You probably could with Smack Attack, but Smack Attack's really only good on drums. It'll actually help it and give it a little smack. I mean, it does exactly what the name says. Smack, that click. I want this a little lower in the mix. And I gotta route it to my instruments. And I gotta make sure I come back to this because I added another new instrument to the instrument bus. So now I gotta bring this back to the drums for my sidechain. So now I got this counter melody, which I'm just going to name it. Maybe give it a color. Brown. Brown's where it's at, I guess. See, I only got so many instruments playing at the same time. All the time. You can't have too much going. And if you do, the thing I was showing you with the kick and the bass, where you have the two frequencies fighting for space, that's the same thing you have to do with your instruments. You can load up the instruments and like layer them. But each one has to sit in its own frequency space. You know, like one would be here in this frequency space, which this I'd be like sub bass, kick, maybe the low end body of the snare, or here, probably here. Up here's the high frequency for the snare, hi-hat, and then your instrumentation, which I'll just, oh, can't do that. We'll just shut down the drums and the bass. So if I go here, if I shut off that plucky sound, this lives down here, right here. And then my plucky sound is above it. Yeah, they do overlap, and you're going to have that. But like I said at the beginning, once you get over 200, it's not as much of an issue. You don't have to worry about frequencies fighting each other as much. You still do, especially with the snare conflicting with other instruments and the hi-hat, for example. That's why I sidechain. But as you can see, we're only at 12.6 loudness, which is not great. We need that to be at least 9, -9. So bring this up. The bass is more than likely going to be the contributing factor to the loudness. See if I can't pump it up a little bit. See, it goes up to 9.9 without that. We got 14 with it. We got 9. I mean, it's zeroing out, so the drums probably won't be able to do anything. So I just gotta add more control, bring down the bass, not too much. You gotta try to get it loud, but also not go over true peak. This cannot hit 0.0. You truly barely even want it to hit 0.1. 0.2 is like ideal. And then sometimes it'll hit 0.1. So I want a little more loudness. So I'm going to do the same thing here. What I'm doing is a version of parallel compression. If you looked it up, it would say create another track or another channel with your compressed, like your kick. You would put another kick here. I push this over and route this to it, and then add that compressor, which may be the thing to do, but I'm going to try this first because right now I have it on my drum bus, so it's going to actually smash everything that's routed into it, which could sound terrible, but we're going to find out. And B. Oh, it's not hitting 0 now, but I may want to add another clipper to make sure it doesn't go over that 0 mark. You just listen critically. Make sure you don't hear any distortion when the bass and the kick hit at the same time. I mean, you can have distortion if that's what you want, but you also don't want to be 0.02 or 0.2. That's no good. So I'm going to back off my compressor here. Bring it up a little bit. Typically, what makes this go over is the snare. The snares usually have such a high frequency smack and snap to it that it just, once it's added with the instruments and all the other high information, it brings it up over that peak. That's why at the beginning when I said I turn down my hi-hats on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So everything in between them that isn't hitting at the same time as the kick and the snare, they can have a little more volume. But you can't have two instruments or two sounds playing at the same time. They have to have space. You could add like a hi-hat with a kick and cut out the high frequencies of the kick to add that hi-hat. And that's kind of typically what they would do in a boom bap situation, to add like that and to kind of glue everything together to make the kick sound like, to make the kick, the snare, and the hi-hat all sound cohesive, is by taking parts of the hi-hat and adding it to the kick and the snare. I mean, the hi-hat's playing all at the same time, but that's kind of the contributing factor to making it sound like it's in the same room. It's the hi-hat. I went over 1.01 again. So drop this down a little bit. Add this again. Maybe I need to higher my attack. Maybe the bass is too loud. Yeah, see that? Bass was too loud. But I gotta find the sweet spot to get my loudness and peak up. I mean, my loudness up and my peak down. We're almost back where we started at that 12. I think it's the snare driving it over. Yeah. Sometimes what I'll do, on here they have patcher, and you can basically route like high frequency and then low frequency, and then side chain or process the high information, which would be my snare, the top of the snare and stuff, which is probably what's making it go over the true peak. Control that better. Allow the low end to stay the way it was to get it to work. Might be able to do something else here though. We just gotta control those peaks. Maybe I'll add the compressor after the G clip. Because we know it's shaved right off at the clipper. other thing you have to worry about is the polarity, the phase. Like your speaker, when it plays a sound, the speaker will go out or in, mostly with bass elements. And if your kick hits and your bass hits at the same time, and one of them's polarity is going out, positive, and the other one's going in, negative, they'll cancel each other out. And therefore, it'll sound weaker. And you don't want that. Because what I noticed with my bass is when, and it could be more simple than what I'm about to say, but when I turn this cut on, it seems like the bass gets stronger, but it could be because it's canceling the lower end information out. I might have to try to get rid of the low information on the bass. See how everything up here above that fundamental seems to get louder? So we'll keep that cut. Now we can make it louder because we're only hitting 3 now, and now we're at 10.4. I mean, none of this really matters because once you put a vocal over it, you got to do the whole thing over again and make sure you're not going over negative 0.01. I try to keep it 1 because once you go over 0.0, you're distorting, and that's no good. On FL, sometimes it's hard to tell because it's very subtle. Another thing I might want to try is, and I don't know if I want to do it. Nah, I don't want to do it. I could do it with this one, but it's not worth it because I can't do it with this one. You can take this and move your attack up so you lose some of the attack on the bass. See that? Makes it sound softer. And that provides the kick with a little more room to move and to cut through. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just keep trying to make it louder. We want to try to get down to 9, 8, 7. 7 is like 7 luffs. 7 is like 6, 7. 6, 7 is like club loud. And hip hop isn't typically that loud. It's more like 8, 9, 7 if you're Dr. Dre. when you're Dr. Dre, you can afford to buy people that have the knowledge to run everything into your DAW, digital workstation, perfectly. So you have the least amount of noise, because everything you add to it is anything like static in a vocal, like all of it. If that's all the way across the spectrum, even if it's like way down here, see on this limiter where I'm talking, then you see that a little bit right there. That's the noise floor. And if you bring that up, you're crowding the mix with that. Therefore, it's taking up all your frequency space, and you lose all that. Any instrument that's playing has to peak over top of that. Like everything you see here, all these peaks when I'm speaking, like anything else for you to hear it has to poke up and over that. So if your noise floor, pretend this is the noise floor, everything has to poke over that. So if this is already at 12 dB, everything's got to be, everything in the mix has to be over that to be able to hear it. So you got to pay attention to a lot of stuff. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And all of it you don't learn until you've done it so much, you know what's happening like the back of your hand. And that's why it takes a long time to get good at making music, at least this style. And there's a lot of different things that can make it sound bad or dumb or whatever, like overproducing, adding too many elements. Like this is a very sparse arrangement. Not a lot going on. I know it kind of looks like there is, but there's not. What are we missing? Our instruments. Like you get that bow, bow, bow. Like once that instrument hits, it allows room for something or other stuff to be played. And that's what music's about, especially when you have drums, instrumentation, then vocal. Then the vocal's got to come through here and poke through all this stuff. That's another element that has to go over all of the noise that's already there, like I was talking about with the noise floor. Instead of like static being your noise floor, your instrumentation is your noise floor. And now your vocal has to be louder than that to be able to hear it. Or, that's not completely true. If your instrumentation is in a certain frequency range, then your vocal is in a different frequency range, then they don't clash. They don't mask. They don't cover each other up. And there's a million ways to make a beat. This is just one. And this was, do I like this beat? Would I make a song to it? No, probably not. I like beats that have more energy. Like this is just kind of mellow. But I could see trap artists just being dirty on it. I bring another gun back. I got my gat and I bring it like that, bitch. I got my money and I do it like that. I ain't playing nothing, I ain't doing it my back. I rap, y'all ain't even in the blah do blah do blah do blah do blah do. You wanna come and find me, I'm the greatest. I'ma do my thing like this. You might do it like I did it. I just skating like I'm in this bitch on fire. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know, do ya? I'm the desire, the one and only, the one they wanna hold it. They don't even know me, but I be up on the only. Me in my mind, me my body only. Me in my my baloney. Yeah. We getting dirty out here. All these motherfuckers, they don't know me, but it's quite clear they can understand things. I can do it like this. I can open up my mouth and spit out words just like this. You miss, you hit it with your grits. You can fish, find nothing to throw it back, bitch. Yeah, I be on this like every day. They don't even wanna pay me. I be like, oh fuck, I be doing it daily. They be on the say shit, they be on the thing like they wanna come and rape me. What? I don't know, I'm just making up shit, just like this. And while it's playing, you can hear the distortion when my vocals going over everything, louder. Like when I'm rapping or scatting, I'm hitting 9/7. So, I mean, it's loud. And this is only like, basically, loudness, like how long the loudness is. Like how long a kick is. Like, is a kick 1 second long or 2 seconds long? Because that's going to make it seem like it's louder. Like a bass that's like, or a bass that's like, like the louder one is gonna appear to be the longer one. Now that I listen to the mix, I don't really like this. Doesn't really have that gritty. I mean, it sounds gritty, but it doesn't like the notes of it aren't gritty sounding. It should be like da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na, na-na-na-na-na, na-na, na-na-na-na, la-la, na-na-na. Here, we'll try to add a little vocal to it. Not rapping or scatting or nothing. We'll just do that. Where did I add that? What the fuck? I don't even know where I added that in. I don't know where I added that. Right here. Get rid of that. I thought I had it here. I didn't. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. So we'll put this here. Get rid of this real quick. 9. We'll put this in its place. Well, not really. We'll do this. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na na. So we gotta make it longer because it doesn't quite fit. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Na, 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 na. Got the hiccups. If I didn't have such a deep voice, it would probably sound better. I mean, that should be a C. Why does it say track 2? Why does it say track 2? Oh, because I slid this all the way over. So if I put, I mean, this has nothing to do with anything. Just show how good I am. Should be na 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 C. D D D D C. D D D D C. And that's how you can learn to sing better too. It's by bringing in a pitcher and going That's it. And I mean, if you want to know how to use this better, you figure out your key, like I showed you at the beginning, which is C. So then you just go through. I mean, this is supposed to be C minor. C minor. Yeah. Do 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 do. See what happens if I pitch it up one more time. See if it sounds stupid. I mean, you don't want high pitch frequencies or sounds or vocals like that in a trap beat anyway, but I mean, you could use that same thing as like the drop in or flip it, reverse it. Almost sounds like a string, like rising in. Kind of cool. There's a lot to learn, a lot to pay attention to, a lot to think about. Frequencies, masking, context, how something sounds with another thing. Masking is in kick and bass masking each other, two frequencies in the same field, right over top of each other. Polarity, if they're not in the same phase, they're going to cancel each other out. Yeah. So, I mean, I made this video to show a beginner how to make music. I got way in depth. Probably a little too advanced, probably a little overwhelming. But, I mean, if I just leave it like this, it shows everything they got to look forward to. And some of the stuff, like the clippers, and stuff, there's a name for it. Some guys in Jesus, what's it called? Not drum and bass, but electronic music. That's how they get their stuff so loud. They clip everything to 0 with a clipper, bring everything up, and once everything's at 0, they just bring everything down till everything hits. And that's the same thing I do now. I mean, if you don't know this stuff, you have no idea how to make your music louder. And you don't know until somebody shows you. I mean, I did it for years and years and years, not knowing what can make the music louder. I mean, even from there, like, yeah, we're at 11, 10, but even from here, we still got our limiter. And this one's an even better one. We can bring this ceiling down, which is going to be our true peak max, because we don't want it to go over. And then when you bring the threshold down, you want to bring your release down too. And I believe this is like 1,000. It would equal 1,000. So if you go 30.30, that would be like milliseconds. But I usually just go 30. You probably go down even more. But this is going to be, I mean, it says release, but it feels more like an attack. Because it's going to let your transients through. I mean, maybe it is the release. Maybe the attack is also like working with this release. So the transients come through and then the release immediately starts working. So we can make this louder by using this and cranking it. So we'll see what we can do. See, we hit 0, now we're 4. But that might have been from me talking. Added more audio to the mix while it's already at 0. Staying at 0, and you can hear my voice distorting over the music because it's driving everything up and over that 0 peak, that limit we set. See, now there's no negative, so it's essentially going over and distorting now. See it after the this limiter. It shows it's staying below 0, but this actual meter says it's hitting 0. But we're getting pretty loud, 8.6. it sounds like the kick isn't really doing all that much. Maybe it's because I lowered that. I doubt it. See if we can make the kick more pronounced. Maybe it's because of the one I chose. I don't know. Sound selection matters. Well, we got down to that 9 we were going for. So, all right. Till next time.